Hello, Sarah from the Bureau here with a severe weather update on the record-breaking temperatures that are forecast across southeastern parts of the country, plus that extreme heat and severe heatwave conditions that are expected to persist well into next weekend. And then tomorrow, a peak in the fire danger with the passage of a trough and gusty southwesterly change. But let's take a look at the temperatures that we saw yesterday to start with. There were widespread maximum temperatures in excess of 45 degrees, but some standout ones included Oodnadatta with 48.5 degrees, while Hay in New South Wales had 47.2, and in Victoria, Kyabram got to 45 degrees. But the maximum temperatures only tell half of the story. It's the overnight minimums that are contributing to this persistent heatwave event. Some standout minimum temperatures included again Oodnadatta 34 degrees, and that follows that maximum yesterday of 48.5, while for Lee Creek 32 degrees, and same with Ballarat in southwest Queensland. Now for today, for Australia Day, we're forecasting maximum temperatures again through the interior in excess of 45 degrees, including a maximum for Adelaide of 45, which will be the hottest Australia Day on record, while for Port Augusta, forecasting it to swelter through a maximum of 48, and just noticing that trough line pushing into the west of South Australia during the afternoon. And that's going to bring some gusty winds with it that elevate the fire dangers through the region, reaching extreme, but also as well some extreme fire dangers about the central ranges of New South Wales, where there are fire weather warnings in place. Now, as we head into tomorrow, the peak of the heat is expected to move eastwards into Victoria, and we are forecasting a number of maximum temperatures to be record-breaking. Now, this includes for the Mildura, a maximum of 49 degrees, where the previous maximum temperature on record was 47 degrees, so 2 degrees above that. For Broken Hill as well, a record-breaking maximum temperature of 47, while for Melbourne, a maximum of 44. And if you wanted to go back to see when we last saw maximum temperatures of 44 degrees or above, you'd have to go back to 2009 during Black Saturday. Also noticing that trough moving into western parts of Victoria. So I'm going to show you the winds 1.5 kilometres above the surface. They often give a good indication to the position of the trough, moving into southeastern parts of South Australia during the morning, reaching southwestern Victoria during the afternoon. Now, the gusty northwesterly winds ahead of it are not expected to be as strong as the trough that we saw last Saturday. However, we are expecting very gusty southwesterly winds in its wake, with that trough continuing its eastward progression to reach the Melbourne area late tomorrow evening, and again just highlighting those really gusty winds there. Now, the trough is then expected to weaken, and we're not expecting a wind change to reach the northeastern fire districts where we have a number of blazes ongoing. Now, we do have for tomorrow extreme fire dangers expected across southeastern parts of South Australia, western Victoria and central parts of Victoria as well, including the metropolitan area, where fire weather warnings will be issued this afternoon. But as well, adding to that complexity, we're looking here at the thunderstorm outlook. Now, just focusing on this section of the thunderstorm forecast, these thunderstorms are expected to be from high-based clouds, so the majority of the rainfall is expected to evaporate before it reaches the ground, leading to an increased risk of dry lightning and the potential for new fires to be ignited. Now, as we move into Wednesday, that trough will bring a cooler change to the coastal fringe with maximum temperatures in the mid-20s. However, the heat continuing to linger through inland areas where a number of the maximums will start to flirt towards 50 degrees, 49 degrees is forecast for southwestern parts of Queensland and as well through inland parts of New South Wales. Now, the fire dangers on Wednesday, however, are expected to be elevated or reach extreme throughout southeastern parts of South Australia and western Victoria, and that's because that's where those gusty southwesterly winds are expected to persist. Now, the community impacts with these high temperatures include a continuation of the drying of the landscape following this persistent heatwave conditions. As well, there's the potential for dry lightning to ignite new fires across the region. And as well, this heat wave, these overnight temperatures failing to get down, create very difficult conditions to sleep, and as well increase the chances of heat stress or even heat stroke. So with so much going on with the weather across southeastern parts of the country, now's the time to stay up to date with the latest forecasts and warnings via the Bureau website, app and social media. And as always, listen to the advice from your local emergency services. Bye for now.